Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Conquest counter video guide. So this one I'll be going up against General Veers led Imperial troopers, just showing you different teams that I was able to get to work by using the Gone in 30 Seconds data disk as well as Self-destruct data disk set. So this is currently the data disk set we have available. Obviously, as the new conquests keep coming up and other data disk sets are available, I'll be adding more videos to this counter. So definitely go ahead and check out my SWGOH Live website. Link will be in the description below, where you can just go over to the Conquest page and hit on the enemies tab. And here you can just search for the enemy leader you want to counter. Underneath you will have a speed calculator by sector, so you have a rough idea how fast the enemies will be. And then obviously underneath you will be able to see this series of videos that I'm now doing on how to counter different enemies in the Conquest. But now let's just first start here. Now I wasn't able to find any other Veers Imperial Trooper lineup after Sector 3, so obviously this is a maxed Imperial Trooper lineup, so maybe some of these teams that I'll be showing you here might not work as well in Sector 4 and 5 as they do here in Sector 3, but at least in principle you will see what teams obviously counter the mechanics of Imperial Troopers as you're going through the sectors. I'll just start the footage now by first looking at the data disk set I will be starting with. So starting with the Gone in 30 Seconds data disk set. So why Gone in 30 Seconds? Because with multiple stacks of Amplify Agony and Volatile Accelerator, as soon as you start getting hits on the enemies, you will take them out extremely quickly and you will defeat them in less than 30 seconds. The best probably lineup for countering Imperial Troopers is General Grievous, because they obviously get a hit on Magna Guard or Newt, and then you get throw like AoE after AoE and these guys just keep falling down. Boom, there we go. 11 seconds is all that General Grievous needs for these troopers. Whether it's Sector 1, 3, 4 or 5, General Grievous will handle these guys just fine. Another team, Commander Luke Skywalker led obviously with Han and Chewie. Han shoots first, you can ignore the taunt, pop a hit on Piet. So up next you will want to put buff immunity there on Short Trooper, or well, take him out, and then you can keep going after Piet. And with Piet gone, these guys are basically useless, they can't do much. Unload an AoE from 3PO and Chewie, and you quickly defeated these troopers without much issues. Similarly like CLS, obviously Beskar Mando lead with Chewbacca and Han, and you know, any other two scoundrels you wish to use here, I guess. So same principle as Commander Luke, going after Piet first. Unfortunately here he was able to get a turn, so they get a daze off. Obviously whoever's guarded won't be able to be dazed. Going after Death Trooper now, take him out. There we go, they're out of revives. When they get somebody low health, obviously Mandalorian will jump in, put damage immunity on them, cleanse them off. Chewbacca does an AoE and troopers are like, we've seen enough, and they just retreat from the battlefield. So I do have now as well Dash relicked up, so I've been trying to use him as well in Conquest. So obviously this is the team we're rolling with. Now this is Sector 3, so actually my Dash was able to outrun these guys. So maybe Dash is one of those teams that maybe in higher sectors won't be able to work as well. But as you see, his AoE applies so many debuffs, it just wipes out all these troopers very, very quickly. A couple more AoEs and they're done for. Moving on, we've got Maul with Mandalorians and Watt. So the trick here is obviously Maul starts off with a Frenzy. Whenever you apply tech, that counts as a special ability, and this will then give Maul 100% her meter, and then you can go get to work. You want to do an AoE just to remove the taunt over from Short Trooper. Unfortunately there Piet landed a daze, so I was able there to get an AoE out from Canderous. Keep going after Piet. Let's go ahead and clean off the daze from Canderous so he can start gaining bonus turn meter. And at this point enemies are just kind of dying off here, one at a time. Again, as you can see, this maybe in Sector 5 wouldn't work as well, because you know the enemies will be much faster already. But in here, you know, in lower sector, I think Maul can still work pretty well. Another team that works great is obviously got Shaak Ti here, so whenever our guys are being hit, Shaak Ti is getting bonus turn meter, and then she can just give instant turn to somebody. Now this being Sector 3, I was actually able to outrun these guys, you know, get all the debuffs, another AoE, and they're just wiped out. So maybe in higher sectors where the enemies is faster, if Piet starts up with his days AoE days ability, you could be in trouble, obviously, because then your Shaak Ti won't be able to gain bonus turn meter. So again, maybe in higher sectors, not the most optimal team. John Skywalker should work great though. Here we go, again starting first because this is sector 3, so maybe in higher sectors will go slightly differently, but here we can just keep going. As always, obviously get a taunt off from Short Trooper and then just have to go all out here on Piet. There we go, counterattack should take care of these guys. Yeah, unfortunately, the revive from endless ranks can't be prevented, so even though John Skywalker prevents revives, will not prevent revives for the troopers here with their modifiers. So you go, John Skywalker handles these guys well. Also, we got Darth Revan. This can work also, obviously, with Malak in there, putting fear on everybody. As soon as they hit him, and you know, he can survive. He's a big boy. Just go ahead, train Short Trooper to get a taunt off him. Then we can just go ahead, apply fear on everybody, and all those debuffs from Amplify Agony Data Discs and everything. And Volatile Accelerator, they really work together here very well, wiping out the team very quickly. There you go. Darth Revan as well handles these guys very nicely. We're using Gone in 30 Seconds Data Disc. Another team obviously that works great with his Data Disc set is Lord Vader if you do have him. Lord Vader, whenever he gets a turn, he applies damage over time. This instantly triggers all the Data Discs. He does an AoE, more debuffs, then Vader does another AoE. Down they go, all the revives exhausted, now just a case of finishing off the rest of these guys. Maybe this is one of the teams, if you know you can't outrun them, could maybe go the other way a little bit, but you know, Lord Vader being a galactic legend, he should be able to outrun troopers even in the, you know, sector 5, I would imagine. Another galactic legend battle. Supreme Kylo obviously Hux, when he's got advantage, he prevents bonus turn meter gains. So troopers, even you know if they do get a jump start on you, they won't be able to gain bonus turn meter because Hux pretty much has permanent advantage because of Supreme Kylo leadership there. Just to go ahead, join AoE, down they go, mass assist over here, some more bonus turn meter, and just a basic on range trooper, and that will finish this trooper lineup as well. So Supreme Kylo again can get the job done, bring a galactic legend obviously. Let's now change to the self-destruct data disc set. So obviously this data disc relies on having 3 stacks of caustic emissions and then thermal exhaust and ability exhaust. So this totally stacks very quickly thermal detonators on the enemies and as well keeps them constantly ability blocked. If they can use only basics, they can't do much, to be honest. And with Bossk lead, whenever enemies are debuffed, you'll be gaining lots of health and protection. So your guys pretty much will become unkillable here. But anyway, let's just go ahead. As always, go after Piet first. I'm just going to let him get blown up by thermal detonators there. We'll see revive number 1 for the troopers. Again, keep going after Piet. Unfortunately, cannot prevent these revives from endless strength modifier. You have to exhaust them, which I just did now, and now we can finally go ahead and finish off. So you can see all they can do is basic attacks, so they can't do much. Even they are gaining bonus turn meter, doesn't even matter with them doing only basic attacks. They can't really do a whole lot of damage to your Bossk while he's taunting and constantly recovering health and protection. So up next we got Padme, and Padme can as well work very well here. You know, all those attacks out of turn, you get protection up. Once you get protection up, they can't land debuffs as well, they can't critically hit you and cannot be constantly keep taunting. Them being only able to do basic attacks again because of all these caustic emission data disc and ability exhaust and thermal exhaust data disc. All they do is basics, and you know, just eventually they'll start popping off from all those thermal detonators. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we exhausted now all of their revives. It's just so funny when you just see them start dying off one at a time. It's like a boom boom boom, and suddenly all of them are gone. So Padme definitely works really well. Another team, Jedi Master Kenobi, he's sort of really like a cheat / god mode here in Conquest, because enemies can't gain bonus turn meter well, allies as well, but in this case, yeah, it's going to be enemies. Obviously, insta-kill. You'll have to go short trooper. You can't ignore taunts to begin with until Kenobi hits the high ground. So you just have to here first exhaust the revives. Might as well just take short trooper out multiple times because he was low on health anyways when he revived. So you can quickly exhaust those revives and then you can just finish off the other guys. And again, because of all those debuffs, they can't do much, just basics. So it should be pretty easy win here when using Jedi Master Kenobi with Commander Ahsoka Tano. Probably don't even need Commander Ahsoka Tano, but obviously it makes it quicker and easier. Another Galactic Legend battle here, Rey. Rey is good for this with his self-destruct data this sets just because she keeps spending lifeblood, which means obviously your guys will stay alive and eventually these guys will then just start dying off from thermal detonators. Bringing in, probably doesn't even matter who you bring. Rey Jedi training is good, obviously. She can ability block as well, apply more debuffs, days and things like that. But probably doesn't even matter who you bring in here. Going to go ahead, pop the ultimate. Doesn't look like I'll even need it. Short trooper just goes down, being hit by Rey Jedi training. And there you go, guys, that's all the battles I wanted to show to you today. The teams that I was able to get to work quite comfortably versus Veers led Imperial troopers. Obviously, caveat, this footage here was from Sector 3, so some of these teams where I was able to start first, outrun them, may not work as well in, you know, Sector 4 and 5. So definitely for me, like, the easiest and best counter is really General Grievous. No matter the sector, you should be able to smash those guys quite easily, because once you get going, especially if you are using you know, gone in 30 seconds data this set, that should be very easy and straightforward. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.